the clear faith. Yes. I used the word clear faith, and I think you are saying cleansing faith. I think these two are the same meaning, I think. Actually, there are three. In Tibet, we call Tangve Tepa, Döbe Tepa, Yichebe Tepa. When I translate, I say clear faith, desiring faith, and believing faith. But what you are saying, I think, is the same as the clear faith. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you explain more about alaya consciousness, please?
Actually, sometimes we say there are 8 consciousness, like 5 sense consciousness, then there's the mind consciousness, so there are 6, then the defiled consciousness, like anger and etc., I think. And then the 8th one is called the alaya consciousness. So this consciousness has no subject and object. This consciousness does not focus on external object. So this consciousness is not a thought. It's free from the dualistic thought. This consciousness is actually not that active as I consciousness that sees the object, etc. So actually this consciousness is not a thought. It does not have object and subject. So since there is no subject and object, since it's not a thought, so this alaya consciousness itself is not virtue or non-virtue. And it is just an awareness, it's just the clarity part of the consciousness. It's a vivid and it has a clarity part, but it's not a thought. So this consciousness is not virtue or non-virtue, but this consciousness is the base of all these samsaric and nirvanic things. Because of this consciousness, there's life before this and after this. Because to have a life before this and after this, we should have a consciousness that is flowing, that is flowing, that is flowing without any interruption. So this is the only consciousness that flows uninterruptedly from life to life.
It's being awareness, it's the same word as awareness. Alaya consciousness is the same meaning of awareness.
Yeah, I think we can say, actually it has no clinging thoughts. This alaya has no clinging or no grasping thoughts. But I think we can say it's just a vividness of the consciousness, or just a clarity part of the consciousness, or just awareness maybe.
So can it be called also the clear light mind, or osel? Is it the same, the alaya, or not?
Vessel, the clear light.
The clear light.
I think not entirely the same. I think, I'm not so sure.
And I have another question. When you described the fact that we are very much dependent on sentient beings, in all Dharma practices, you said also that by taking refuge, we are dependent on other people, on the sentient beings. So I didn't understand how is the fact of taking refuge in the Buddha Dharma Sangha is dependent on sentient beings. why are we dependent on them by taking refuge in the three jewels?
When we take refuge, we depend on sentient beings, because without the sentient beings, there's no genuine purpose. No genuine purpose of taking refuge. If we take refuge without any purpose, then our refuge practice becomes incomplete. It does not become a perfect refuge practice.
About the story about the pig, about the monk, the poor monk, that they said the Arhat that he doesn't have any seed for liberation. How come aren't all of us have this seed of liberation, have Buddha nature? How come he didn't have? Can we not have?
No, I think this seed of liberation and Buddha nature is not the same.
So what's the difference?
As I said, Buddha nature is something that is possessed by everybody, every being. I think I said this before, right? Buddha nature means the clarity and emptiness part of the consciousness, alaya consciousness. That is called Buddha nature. And this is possessed by everybody, every sentient being. But then, when we say the seed of liberation, then that means we need to do something to have this seed of liberation. I think it's not the same as, anyway, it's not the same as Buddha nature.
But it's the same as potential? Aren't all of us have the potential?
Yeah, we all have the potency to become Buddha. Potency to become Buddha and the seed of liberation is not exactly the same. Yeah.
You mentioned the importance of sincere faith.
Yeah.
I was wondering, how do you develop sincere faith?
Actually, like faith and other positive thoughts is something that will not develop in our mind naturally. We need to put effort to make these positive thoughts in our mind in the beginning. And once we are used to it, then it will come naturally in our mind. And sincere faith means unconditional faith. And we should have such faith all the time. Whether we are happy or unhappy, we should have this faith all the time. And we should have this faith unconditionally, and we should have this faith without changing our mind. We should not change our mind. We should not change our faith. We should not lose our faith. We should have sincere faith. We should have genuine faith. We should have unshakable faith. I think last question, then we do dedication.
Thank you very much for the teaching. Sometimes when you presented refuge, so they said the real refuge is the Dharma. Dharma visualization is realization, is that which liberates. This is the real refuge. Then, regarding the object of refuge, for the Mahayana practitioner, the Buddha is the main object of refuge. So I don't understand this, how so the main object of refuge is speak about one object, and from the real refuge of the three objects is Dharma.
You see, according to the Mahayana tradition, the main refuge is Buddha. The main object of refuge is Buddha. Then Dharma is our actual part, our main part. It's our actual part. I think, yeah? I think we don't say Dharma is our actual refuge. We say Dharma is our actual part.
But what about when the Buddha said, don't take everything I say to test it.
Yeah.
So, in other words, he wanted someone to generate their own reliance, ultimately, or no?
Yes, Buddha said the followers should examine thoroughly and then to take the teachings or believe the teachings. So, but it doesn't mean Buddha is not the main object of refuge.
Okay.
Okay, we do the dedication.
We do the dedication on page 6. We do it in English. Please. So the multiplication, page 9. page 11. Lord,
by the blessings of this review, the power of our